This episode is brought to you by SeatGeek. Our partners at SeatGeek have given us a promo code of TBA Wrestling. That is TBA Wrestling. If you want $20 off your first purchase, just use the promo code TBA Wrestling. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are.
Yay!
And that we are. We are here. Since last week, a little bit has happened.
Yes.
We're going to be fully candid. We did not see the Arsenal game, believe it or not. For an Arsenal podcast, we've seen it.
Yeah.
We just haven't seen it.
I feel out of touch with it. Like, I feel like I haven't tasted it. I haven't taken it in. I haven't heard the sounds, seen the sights.
Well, this is the issue. We were at a wrestling show. We won some Welsh Tag Championships. It's back there on the TikTok. So if you're watching this on Gunners R Us Pod on TikTok, which we do every single week, 10 a.m. GMT, you'll see behind a Halloween decoration, there's a very small part of a belt showing. We might get that out a bit, but
that gravestone isn't part of the belt.
No, we'll be getting out on the PWP, the Positive Wrestling Podcast with Simon Miller, which will also be live today. But you can check this out on iTunes and Spotify. Getting back to what I was originally saying, which was we were at a wrestling show, so we were watching it on Sky Go in a locker room at a distance between taking photos and doing all sorts. Didn't see any of the first half. We've obviously watched the extended highlights, things like that since.
Heard the talking points as well.
Heard all the talking points. I've watched all the other Premier League games. The last week also we had I think we spoke about it. It was the Champions League, the really kind of slow, boring, not very fun game we watched last Tuesday.
Yes.
Against Shakhtar.
Yeah.
And then we saved all our energy for the Liverpool game. And I mean, it showed because we played very well against Liverpool.
They put it all in.
Yeah, and it's just one of those. It's one of those weeks that history might be nice to.
Yep.
Depending on what happens next. Because I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves by losing to Bournemouth. The Shakhtar game, like, it was a boring, bad performance. But we won.
Yeah.
And I don't think we'll care or talk about it in 3 weeks' time.
No,
we won't even remember it.
The result shows everything you need to know.
So that one is kind of, at least we got through that one because we've got some horrible away games in Champions League coming up.
Yeah.
But the Liverpool draw, I think, considering how the match ended and some of the things going in, I'm extremely happy with 2-2.
Oh, dead chuffed.
Yeah.
I think if you'd said before the game, this is going to end 2-2, without knowing anything that happens in there, who goes ahead, who's ahead for the longest period, controversial talking points. If you said 2-2, I'd bite your hand off for that.
Yeah, this is the thing. And again, like I said, if we go and lose to Newcastle and then lose to Chelsea away, I think that point will be 2 points dropped situationally.
Yeah.
But the Bournemouth one will hurt even more because I think the Bournemouth one put pressure on the Liverpool one. The Liverpool draws now put pressure on you have to kind of win the next two.
Yeah.
I think if you win the next two, I think everyone's pretty, happy.
Yeah.
But if you lose the next two, then it does start something of a Arteta out motion.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the pundits are at Arteta already and he's winning. In the group,
who we got?
Oi Legends from Ash, Victoria Corey and Crescent saying thoughts on what Keane and Simon Jordan agreed, saying our mentality is a worry. Yeah, we'll get to that. The mentality thing, there's two things I really dislike. The mentality thing is the most hypocrite type stuff. Example being, and we've talked about this a lot, Newcastle away last year, they pushed Gabriel on the back of the head and they score a goal. You got to be stronger. This week, Kiwior gets up higher than Szoboszlai and sets up a goal. That's always been a foul.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on the goal line when someone scored last year. We just have to be stronger. So things like that are the exact reason why I don't really listen to these pundits, because they said, they had to sit back. They were wasting time. No, we didn't waste time. 2 players went off injured.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be fit for a bit.
Yeah.
It's the same as what happened in the Man City game. All these players kept going down. 3 players went down, and they all didn't play the next game because they were injured. The average Liverpool corner and free kick and throw-in yesterday was longer than Arsenal's ones. So
But they don't talk about it.
They don't talk about it. And I mean, and the other part that I don't like is he's not Pep Guardiola. He's Jose Mourinho. One, that's not an insult. They both win a load of trophies.
Yeah, when did Jose Mourinho become an insult?
We're like professional wrestlers, like saying, "Oh, they're not Bret Hart, they're John Cena."
Is that...
So, all right,
Okay,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take whatever you say. And also, it's so rudimentary to kind of say, "Oh, he's like Jose Mourinho." It's like, no, he's just Arteta. He's a mix of the two of styles. But I mean, he's never really played like Pep.
No.
He plays with a blanket press. He defends in numbers. You
Yeah.
know, he adapts each part of the game to dropping into a low block and then into a mid block and then into high press. It's kind of a different. No one's really done that, and that's not saying he's more complex than other managers. That's just the way his style is, and you know, because the same pundits that say that probably think Jose Mourinho does a park the bus style and Pep Guardiola does a possession style. If people think that's what those two people do as their styles, they shouldn't be doing punditry.
Yeah.
Because it's not as black and white as like, oh, he's more Mourinho. Like, you can say he's a bit closer to a Mourinho style because we've joked on here he's more Deitch than he is Pep.
Yeah.
But it's not. There's more depth to it, and there's more. It's making it sound too simple.
Yeah, when did it become a thing that you had to compare a manager's playing style to
Other managers.
Other managers? Like, why is it not a thing that Arteta is just adapting to what's in front of him and what's needed game to game? Because that's essentially what a manager's supposed to do.
It's what they're supposed to do.
But I mean, and if it means more times out of not that he has to kind of be more defensive because that's what he's got in front of him, that's what he has to do. Like, why does it have to be he's being very Jose? Like, why doesn't he be a bit more Pep? Like,
that's what I mean. And they were saying that we bottled the second half because, again, people want to use the word bottle with Arsenal just because it's in vogue, you know.
They like it.
So in the chat we got Mr. All In. Arteta is treated far differently to other managers. Yeah, he is. He's held to a different standard.
Yeah.
But the whole team is. I mean, when you look at the red cards this year, we're refed to a different standard because as much as everyone can say, oh, conspiracy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's happening in the games, not just in the games that are like the next day, in the same game.
Yeah.
Kick the ball away, someone else does it. They don't get it, we do it. You know, there will not be another red card that way.
Like we said,
like we said about the Newcastle goal last year with the pushing the back, Kiwior gets up higher and that stops a goal.
Yeah.
It is looked at differently, and Arteta is definitely treated differently because Arne Slot against Chelsea last week was doing head spins on the sideline and running out of his technical area and screaming at the officials, and they were going, "Oh, passion from Arne Slot."
I know what they used to do with Klopp, yeah.
Yeah, it's the Klopp stuff, and then with Arteta, he says shouts Vamos or something, and they're like he pushes the energy onto his team. That's why they're bottlers, and it's just like, what are we doing?
I know we talked about it last week, but I don't think there's a controversial element to this. I don't think there's anything sketchy. I mean, it's getting closer to us maybe having a convincing argument that there's something weird going on because of all the things that go against us and not anyone else.
Yeah,
but
Arteta's definitely making a dossier.
yeah, yeah.
I say this, I've never met someone as more than Simon Miller who uses the word dossier.
Dossier.
He'll use it in regular speech.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Manifesto's another good one. Anyone that talks about a manifesto.
Yeah.
I don't think there's that element. Well, I don't think there is. There could be. I don't know. But,
Before you finish that thought, Victoria Cordia Crescent, second gifter badge. I appreciate you.
Nice. Thank you very much. I think it's more an element of like we're considered the naughty kid now for some reason, and the naughty kid at school, all he has to do is put one little foot wrong, and he's in big trouble. Whereas there are kids at school that might not be the naughty kid, and they get away with way bigger things than the naughty kid was. But the thing I think there is that element that they're keeping an eye on us.
I definitely agree, but the problem is the naughty kid is the one's getting away with it.
Yeah, I don't know why we're the naughty kid.
It's a modern thing, and again, if we're going to talk politics, I mean, you know, they asked Donald Trump about something, and he'll not talk about it and talk about something else, and everyone laughs and goes, fair. And then Kamala Harris has to deliver a 100-page dossier to prove a point, and everyone's like, I don't know. So it's people are just held to different standards. Yeah. There's there are agendas, there's biases, there's things like this,
and that happens in workplaces, in life, like it happens everywhere. So.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. And I think with Arsenal, I think there is a history of they bottle things, they don't. Like Patrice Evra said this week, Arsenal Night Netflix, you always got to wait for next season. and which is very funny. But I mean, for what that guy said to Suarez, I don't really care what that guy says, or what Suarez said to him really. But it's just one of those. I think they're just. It's so hard. There's definitely something going on with the fact that everyone is treated differently. It's the same reason if you spoke to a fan of a team in the bottom 14, for example, they would say that they're ref differently to the top 6. And they can feel it. And people that are in the top 6, like ourselves, won't fully understand what they're getting at with that.
They're always fighting from underneath. It's no different to like how like a wealthier person might have a bit more pull in certain situations as opposed to someone further down the ladder who's trying to fight from underneath, and they're not necessarily getting little advantages that the top might get.
Exactly. And Condre 3000 in the chat just said most clueless fan base in the Prem, and that is the general consensus. And the best part is we've had that kind of labelled on Arsenal fans for so long, but now so much is going wrong that before we were made to feel a bit crazy.
I mean, we would always try and keep it very fair. Like
I would. I don't know about you.
But I mean, sometimes I might get a little wound up. I mean, I'm getting a bit hot now, you know.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. But the thing is, we've always had that thrown at us, and we've kind of been made to feel like the crazy part of it.
Yeah.
But I think now, like I said last week, and it's the easiest way to describe it is they're actually putting 2 dogs in front of us and saying one's a dog, one's a cat, and we're going, no, it's a dog and a cat. And they go, no, it's 2 dogs.
It's gaslighting.
And so anyone that kind of says that they're kind of, woe is me and all that, you haven't got an argument, because your argument should be proving it wrong.
Yeah.
And the same with the PGMOL, when they do these TV shows, they either make a point that Arsenal, it was the right decision, or they don't say anything.
Yeah.
And the silence speaks louder because they have no retort. Because as a fan, like I said, I could say, kick the ball away, everyone else does it and nothing happens. And someone will go, you're just clueless.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not an argument. Now give me a reason why those didn't happen. They can't.
Yeah.
And it's because they can't. So therefore their agenda is higher than the facts. And therefore they can't present anything to be like, oh no. For example, I can. We've talked about it on the podcast, and I said The Last Man, Van der Ven. I can't remember who it was in the Liverpool game, but the Liverpool-Chelsea game, and Saliba.
Yep.
All last men offences. One got upgraded to a red, the other 2 didn't.
Yeah.
And, an Arsenal fan could go, that's across the board, that is wrong.
Yeah.
And then another fan base would say, clueless.
Yeah.
Which isn't an argument, because you need to present why they're wrong, which they can't, which shows the truth in it all.
Yeah.
But I've even said on this podcast, maybe it's because the Evan Nilsson Saliba one, the ball was going towards goal and the goalie was retreating.
Yep.
Whereas in the other 2, they were going away from goal and the goalie was on their line. But if the refs came out and said that,
give us that explanation.
then I go, okay, fair. But they're not. When they're asked about it, they said, nah, they're just different. It's like, no, that's what a kid does when they don't know how to win their argument. They go, nah, you're wrong. And it's like, give me a reason.
And I think if enough of us are kicking up a stink about these things, it means something has actually happened. Like, you don't make stuff up. I mean, there is times where you can be a bit on the fence and say, yeah, that should have been a penalty, and someone else will say it shouldn't be a penalty, and it could be a grey area. But there's too much going on that we're all talking about it. It's an actual talking point now. No one's coming out and explaining why it's this way and not this way. That's why we're angry about it.
Yeah. Well, I said it on at the weekend. If they came out and said that the reason that Liverpool, the late winner, and again, I'm not that bothered about the late winner, because the ref blew up, so you can't really do anything. Yeah. I know we can go until we're blue in the face, like I said last week, as we keep ending up on the other end of let it play out. Yeah. When they let it play out, there's not enough to overturn to help us. Yeah. When it's us, they don't let it play out, so therefore they can't help us.
We're on the wrong end.
We keep ending up on the wrong end of this weird grey secondary part. Because guess what? If they allowed that to play on, they wouldn't have overturned it. They would say, that's not enough. But I also think, do I think the Kiwior foul was a foul? No, not in a million years. Yeah. But that's what they gave it for. Yeah. That's what throws me. If they'd said no, it was for the handball from Havertz because it touched his shoulder, I would have said, do you know what? it's not far off.
Yeah, it's close.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then he might have got done for the shoulder barge on the line. Like, there's a lot of stuff.
The shoulder barge on the line, I mean, that's probably the most clear part of that, if you're going to give something.
And for example, there's 3 offences. Kiwior header, potential handball, shoulder barge on the line. The Newcastle goal last year, out of bounds, offside, push in the back of the head.
Yeah.
All on the goal line, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's really detrimental.
Yeah.
And they decided, nah, it's all good. So that means that goal yesterday probably would have stood.
Yeah, they would have left it.
By that same. But I can tell you right now, they wouldn't have. Because they would have gone, it's a big game, Arsenal, Liverpool, this is going to cause a lot of headlines, we'll just disallow it.
Yeah.
So it's very confusing. And that we're at that point. And like I said, no one can really kind of give any answers anymore. Mike Dean literally came in during, I think it was the Liverpool game. Because they knocked the ball away. I can't remember. It might have been Gravenberg. Knocked the ball away when we tried to someone was trying to take a quick free kick.
Yeah.
And he said, well, the reason he's not booked here is because Saka is still on the floor just over in the corner. And they were like, okay, because you can't take a quick one if your player's
not there. Yeah.
Okay, fair. So why was the Trossard one red?
Yeah.
Where Bernardo Silva was face down on the floor holding his back. Where they couldn't have taken a quick one. So why? So when he knocks the ball away, why is that bugging?
Yeah.
Again, they can't answer these things, so they're just not answering.
They just kind of move on.
They're not being pushed on TV. Like the PGMO, they got asked about the kicking the ball away. They say that they don't then go, but what about the? So they go, so it's different to the Arsenal ones. End of conversation. No one's going, no, it's not, because the second one was exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then they won't know how to answer, and they go, and then they get to the, well, you don't know football if you don't know how different that is. And it's just like, all right, like, and that's what I mean. I think we're at that point now where you're either lying to yourself, because you don't want Arsenal to be right, but it's getting pretty rotten. But again, as far as this game goes, personally, from checking the highlights of it, I don't think in any way were we robbed or anything like that. I think that goal late it's a talking point, but I think enough stuff happens that there was something that was going to get blown up for.
It was a pretty fair contest, really. It was a fight.
Yeah, it seems like it was a good game, and I don't really mind it. The Martinelli penalty, it looks like madness, but there is something about it that does make you go, maybe it wasn't a penalty. But then you look at the Man United West Ham game, Ten Hag gets sacked over a decision, essentially in the last minute of a penalty, which was probably as soft a penalty you'll ever see. And it was overturned. And I mean, to send a ref to the screen to be like, I think you missed this. And he's got there and he spent so long there going, I've not missed anything, guys. What am I looking at? Like, please give me something.
And he's like, now I'm at the screen now. I'm going to have to give something.
Yeah, he was watching it forever and he went, yeah, go on then. It's a penalty. I don't know. I didn't really learn anything. But so, it's just one of those things that kind of went along with that whole, like I said, do I think that the Martinelli one was better? Not really. Do I think that was a goal? Not really. But then you look at the Man United West Ham and then you look at Newcastle last year and you go, that's when we're starting to get frustrated.
That's the problem.
And again, it goes back to it's the inconsistency.
Yeah.
Do we all think these are bad decisions? Not really. But when you do it both times,
everyone's got to have the fair shake of the stick.
Yeah, yeah. And it's tough. It's tough. But as far as the actual game, I thought Saka unplayable in that first half.
Yeah. He really needed that rest.
Yeah. You got Saka doing that. He sits down Robertson and he gets the goal. Really nice goal. I think Van Dijk scores. We're starting to become a little bit susceptible to set pieces.
Yeah.
Conceding set pieces. We're still very good at doing the set pieces. And I think Moreno has a almost identical to the goal he scores a few minutes earlier where he knocks it wide. And he stays down with his shoulder injury, which is what the injury that he kind of missed all of the start of the season with.
Yeah.
But then he ends up playing on.
Yeah.
And then he ends up scoring a header. He does the celebration around the corner.
Yeah.
They spend 20 minutes doing an offside. It's just...
I like him a lot.
Yeah,
there's something about the way he got in for that free kick with that header. That doesn't feel like something we would do. That's not something our players would. I could see Gabriel jumping up on a corner for a high one, but one of those vicious whipped in front of goal ones where you have to like really get your head forward.
Yeah.
We don't never have players that do that.
It's something quite satisfying about someone who not having to break a their stride, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. He seems like a proper player. That like you feel like if he shoots, he shoots. Like he puts his foot through it.
Yeah. We got. I just shout out to photography by Jason. I can see out of the corner of my eye that the TikTok is quite toxic today with a few other people's fans really going after the way we look.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and just the way we talk. And Jason's really having a pop. We should really kick them out of there because this is not for them, is it?
I'm gonna be honest as well, like just to kind of smooth that over a little bit.
Appreciate it, Jason. It is a podcast. The live is just a secondary thing for the pod.
Yeah, I mean we're not claiming to be pundits or anything. I mean we're football fans.
You don't have to defend yourself, Joe. We're just talking about Arsenal.
I'm just saying as well. Like I mean we do this off of mic. We just figured we'd do it on mic and build a little community where we can all come together and talk football. I mean, we try not to throw shade on other teams or anything. We try to be pretty fair across the board. We're positively football as well, so
yeah,
let's keep it positive.
Exactly. And then one of the very toxic people said, "You're definitely not a pundit."
I'm definitely not. If I was paid that much, I would be.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not a pundit because I would be as...
It would be nice to...
confused as they are, to be honest.
I mean, to become a millionaire talking trash on TV, it sounds good to me.
Yeah, talk nonsense on TV to wind up the likes of these guys on the TikTok. Minus Jason and Victoria Crescent. I appreciate you. There is always trolls. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because we're 2-1 up. And you lose the game. Late on, I think we kind of... At that point, the back four's Partey, Kivior... Ben White and Lewis Skelly.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Lewis Skelly's a little bit out of position because of where he's playing.
Yeah.
Like kind of inverting and kind of... In all fairness, again, like they said, we kind of gave up on winning the game, but the reason they scored is because we were going for it.
Yeah.
And people were saying, why were they so low in a low block when... The one time we dropped out of that low block and pressed a bit higher, they scored.
Yep.
So that's why we weren't doing that.
Yes. To finish a game...
There's a lot of that nonsense.
I mean, I had this conversation with someone at work about this. And to finish that Liverpool game at 2-2 with that back four, I mean, that's impressive. Like, that back four does not play together in those positions, ever.
Yeah, never.
And like you said in the car the other night, we were having this discussion on the way back from the show, and Partey is playing out of his skin. Like, he is having to play out of position, properly out of position. And I think you said he had Diaz in his pocket for that game as well.
Yeah, it's weird that they're kind of doing that. And also, Lewis Skelly, it's interesting that Zinchenko didn't see minutes when we were that depleted, and Lewis Skelly did get the minutes.
There's something Arteta's seeing in Skelly over Zinchenko, for sure.
Yeah, I think... and again, we've got Preston tonight, and I'd be interested to see Lewis Skelly and Ethan and Wary get... I would have thought play because of such a small squad with the injuries. There's going to be the likes of Saliba, and I think Jesus, Saka might even play tonight.
Yeah,
you never know. But
do we want Saka playing tonight? I mean,
probably not.
I mean, considering he came off of that rest and played the way he did against Liverpool, he clearly... We've been saying for seasons he needs a rest because he's one player that just plays every single game, and we do know he has Achilles tendonitis, and he's playing through this. Yeah, which it brings up the ridiculous limp thing that everyone keeps talking about.
Yeah, he limped at the Ballon d'Or.
I mean, you try working your normal job with Achilles tendonitis.
I do.
Then try being a Premier League football player with Achilles tendonitis at that level.
And he's playing that well. The thing was as well, he came off that break and then he hardly did anything in the second half. He ended up going off tired, and I think it was the same for Timber. I think it was cramped, but. I think maybe playing every 3 days isn't good. When we got Newcastle away, and again 3 days after Newcastle away, we got Inter away. 3 days after that is Chelsea away,
and then probably an international break somewhere.
It is an international break right there, yeah. So there's a lot of football to be played. So I think Preston away might be the one in which
he doesn't need to play that. Yeah,
they're going to have to kind of ring the changes. I mean, we have Sterling. And
I'd like to see Sterling.
Sterling's going to have to start.
I'd like to see more.
In where he's going to have to start. I think Jesus is going to have to start.
Yeah.
I would say Trossard, but he ended up kind of playing the whole game the other day.
Yeah.
So Trossard or Martinelli will have to play.
I'm guessing Marino needs more minutes as well because he hasn't... He's just come back from the age.
Jorginho would be a good one.
Yeah.
Jorginho, Rice and Ethan and Wary would be a nice midfield.
Cool.
But the thing is, Partey... By the way, Partey has now surpassed his minutes from last season. He's officially overtaken his 23-24 season.
Well, it shows that when he does actually play those minutes, he's very influential.
It turns out if you drop 10 kilos and you desperately want a new contract, you're fit all the time. And
that's what we're all searching for, isn't it? Yeah. Want to drop those 10 kilos and get a new contract?
Yeah, it's true. And I think he's going to benefit
Yeah.
from it. But it's just whether as soon as he gets that new contract, which I no doubt is coming, he then disappears again.
Get that franchise tag on him, shall we?
Well, the thing is, the right back, like Ben White was playing through an injury. Timber got cramps, so both of these guys could play.
Yeah.
I think you could see Maldini in the centre back with Saliba, but you've got Josh Nichols, maybe Lewis Skelly and Josh Nichols either side of Saliba and Kiwior.
Yeah.
So you got
I
young
like
fullbacks, but
I'd like
maybe
to see that.
more senior centre backs. Zinchenko could play, by the way.
That's true.
Because I don't know if Lewis Skelly could play right, but I mean Lewis Skelly could also play midfield, so you could. By the way, to add to the Liverpool game the other day, it's funny that we ended with Lewis Skelly at left back. People don't realise in the Premier League that's a midfielder. He's a number 10, and he's playing left back. So it was just mad that, and again there was a bit he did right at the end of the game where he kind of had 3 players pressing him.
Yeah. And
instead of just knocking it back to the keeper or going long, whatever, he played it through the lines and then created a massive chance. And you're just like, oh, under pressure, he still went for that, and you can see why. Yeah, Arteta really likes him. But no, to put a cap on the Liverpool game, I think everyone's kind of putting a little caveat with it. With the circumstances, I'm very happy with the point.
Yeah,
but
very.
Similar to the City game, you'd probably say the same with the circumstances, 10 men, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You'd be happy with the point.
But you're still
when
disappointed.
when you're 2-1 up and you lose it late, it always hurts a little bit more. We've got Sophie in the chat saying, hello, strangers. I haven't seen you in a bit, Sophie.
How's it going?
And yeah, it just hurts that little bit more. But I think, like I said, history will speak well or badly over this period, depending on what comes next. So I think the big games are Newcastle and Chelsea.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sophie in the chat.
Yeah, we've got to see what happens in the next few weeks, really. To see how we get into that Christmas period and what we're working with. Because I think you said in the car the other night, when do we get that nice little Premier League run of Ipswiches? I know we've had Leicester, Southampton, teams like that. But you just want that little patch.
Yeah, home and away.
Yeah. You're just playing under the lights against an Ipswich. Like, it feels like we've had a tough stretch to start. And if you said at the start of the season, let's say you explained to me at the beginning of the season, by the way, by November, you're going to have all these red cards, all these injuries. You're playing all these teams in this run, away, home, whatever it is. But you're going to end up with these points and you're going to be third.
Yeah,
I'd say, ooh, okay, now we're talking.
I think I'm averagely happy with it.
Yeah.
I think it was any less, I'd be disappointed. Any more, I think we've done really, really well.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, the next 2 are the big ones. I think if you win those 2, I think we get into the last international break kind of going. I think in my head, I'd be ahead of what I thought.
Yeah.
If we draw them both, I think I'd be exactly where I thought.
Yeah.
And I think if we lose one, draw one, or lose, I think I'd be disappointed with our start to the season.
Yeah.
Even with the injuries, the suspensions, the fixture list. But I know post that international, there's a little bit more of a run that it's home and away, but it's not you're away at Spurs then home to City or something. It's not like constant. Like this week, we have Newcastle, Inter, and Chelsea away in 6 days.
Yeah,
that's a lot of hard away games. But in the chat, Jason mentioned the Salah goal will keep his positional awareness on top. He won't forget that. Yeah, it's all learning lessons, isn't it? And it's, annoyingly, it was used in a huge game.
Yeah.
But you do need these things. And Il Dinero, I can't see from here.
Il Dinero.
We're not clinical enough, lads. And also with a gifter badge from the same.
Nice, thank you. That has been a talking point for a few seasons now. We're missing that one. I know all the players tend to score goals now, which is unlike any other team in the league. We have every single position scores goals now.
I think as well last year we really were good at that.
Yeah.
I think this year it's been a little less obvious, but I mean Gabriel's already scored a few important goals. Moreno's come in and scored. Havertz is scoring. Saka's scoring. Martinelli's back.
Yeah.
Scoring. But we're missing that kind of Odegaard or Rice scored quite a few last year, those little extras, but I mean Rice getting a lot of assists from set pieces.
But you do need that. You still need that cutthroat player in front of goal, don't you? Like when you really need a goal and you can rely that this player is just going to sort it out.
Yeah, I do think we were talking about it the other day, and I really think Sterling probably isn't long for this Arsenal world.
Yeah.
Which isn't the worst case scenario because he's going to be a good situational thing for this year. But beyond this year, I think with the way in which his work ethic at the minute, I think it could change.
Yeah.
And the way in which Trossard keeps giving the ball away and being very up and down with his performance, they're two very un-Arteta. As long as you work hard and you're consistent, that's all he really wants.
Oh yeah.
And neither of those two are kind of doing that. I do wonder if we're going to go and bring in a top class forward.
Yep.
And I mean, profile wise, you really look at Sesko and Gyökeres. And Gyökeres scored a free kick yesterday. That's just unreal if you haven't seen it. Il Dinero says, I haven't had a killer since Uber. There's literally final piece to this team. It's odd, isn't it? Because I agree, but I also think there's a way in which we play that doesn't need it. I think Havertz is like the perfect thing, but then Haaland, when you in City,
we said City were that team before Haaland, and then when he came, we wondered if it was going to throw the team off. And I think in some instances it kind of has, which sounds crazy considering they're still destroying.
Yeah, they don't play.
It's not the same City.
No, and again, we've done that. Even if you think of Arsenal,
I mean, they're basically getting away with it because Haaland is a machine.
Yeah, he just scores.
He just scores goals.
And I think we've seen that though because we've evolved from when you think of not last season, the season before where we came second, but we were top majority of the season. We played some of the nicest football I've ever seen play, and that was with Jesus and Ramsdale and Zinchenko and Partey. And if you'd said in 2 years' time that Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Partey, and Jesus wouldn't be like integral parts, I would have been like, oh, we can't play without those players.
Yeah.
Like, if Partey was missing, I'd be like, oh, we've lost.
Yeah.
If Zinchenko wasn't playing, I'd be like, oh, what's the point?
Yeah.
Whereas we've come so far now that none of those players do we really want in the team.
Yeah.
Or they aren't already in the team.
Yeah. We feel weakened when they're playing.
But we certainly don't play as nice a football as we did when they were in the team.
No.
And we also amassed a massive amount of points with that team. But you have to evolve, and I think that's what City have done is, when you think of City 3 years ago, they played awesome football. But they were always in a, and again, they're in title races every year. They're pretty much not blown away a league for a while, because either Liverpool or Arsenal have challenged to the end. But with Haaland, they don't play, the football isn't quite as attractive, but they just punish teams.
Yeah.
And I think we're a bit more like that now. Like, our football isn't as fun to watch as it was, but we win a lot more games.
Yeah, but we haven't got that Haaland.
We haven't yet. And I think the bid that we put in for Sesko is quite telling that we desperately wanted that. I do also think Havertz has changed since the feeling he had when he came in was very low from the fans.
Yeah.
I think once he got that goal at Bournemouth that he was given, and the next 3 or 4 months, I think people went, I quite like him. Now I think we all agree that he's one of the most important players to the team.
Makes the team tick, for sure.
So before the Euros, Arsenal going for Sesko, was that because they still weren't convinced on Havertz?
Yeah.
Or is it they want him to be alongside Havertz, like they split the time? Because the benefit of, if let's for example right now, if you imagine this exact squad, but there was also a Sesko that we bought.
Yeah. That feels good.
This period where Odegaard was out would have been a lot easier to deal with because Sesko replaces Havertz. Havertz drops. Instead, Havertz is dropping, and then we're having to put wingers up front and players that don't play the same style. So that one extra player would have changed a lot because, a lot of people would go, oh, you bring in Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Havertz probably doesn't play anymore. And it's like, no, he'll play every game. It's just play in different positions.
Yeah.
Jason says, I'm positively surprised how well we've kept with the loss of Odegaard. I know that's something that I think we haven't talked about. I mean,
good use of positively as well.
Yeah, very nice. If you think about it, City away from home, 10 men, no Saka, no Odegaard.
Wow.
Didn't have Rice for a game. There was last week at Bournemouth. There was the first time that Odegaard and Saka weren't in the same team together since Brentford on the Friday night 3 years ago.
And then no Saliba.
and no Saliba for half a game. But I mean, we've done a couple of weird things like the team that ended that game this week. We're really using a squad, and as much as it feels as a fan like, oh, it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
They're still getting results with a, if the fact that a back four of Lewis, Skelly, Kivior, White, and Partey managed to keep a draw, says a lot about our depth. Yeah. And as much as we're like, oh, that's so depleted,
I feel pretty confident.
But the depleted, that's as depleted as it can get.
Yeah.
And we drew.
I feel confident.
And we didn't just draw against the Premier League team, against the team that are going to challenge City at home. And so, there's a lot of positives in amongst the kind of chaos that we're kind of seeing. It's going to feel strange when I missed that. Victoria Corridor Crescent It's going to feel strange when he comes back. Odegaard, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'm interested how he fits back in because it's going to take him a bit. Apparently, he's been on the grass training for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
So he is imminently back. But I can't see him being back pre-international.
Nah.
But I wonder if he might get 20 minutes against Chelsea or the Inter game.
I don't want him to rush it.
I don't want him to rush it, but I think getting real minutes before the international, because he's not going to go with the internationals.
No.
Even if he plays a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
If he plays against Newcastle, Inter, and then
He's going to be going.
he'll be going. So I think if you could bring him on for 10 minutes against Inter or 20 minutes against Chelsea,
Yeah.
those minutes will be really important because then he can stay back with Arsenal, train for 2 weeks, and then be ready to go on the other end.
Maybe
with a couple of real minutes in
Maybe if you give him that 10 minutes or something, and as he's walking off, he kind of
Grabs
gives it a little limp.
Well, Timber's not in the provisional squad for Holland, and then he played.
Oh, okay.
So they announced their early squad before the Liverpool game, and
Yeah.
he wasn't in it. So everyone was like, Timber's out.
Yeah.
But then he played. So
I feel like I was holding it back until they announced it.
yeah, I don't know. Well, we notoriously lie at Arsenal, so
Yeah.
here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Honestly, that's giving me nightmares now, that sound.
Wait.
It was really nice last year. It's not as nice anymore.
Does it have the same effect when it's not going well?
When you're losing by 20 points and he goes, here we go.
Where are we going?
Yeah. No, don't say it.
We're talking about Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys, by
Yeah.
the way, if you're not up on that.
And also, quickly before we go, Ildiero.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting how to say it. Declan Rice's performance was amazing. He is a world-class 6.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big takeaway, was he kept their whole midfield quiet on his own to an extent. And I think we've kind of become quite numb to the idea that we have Declan Rice.
Yeah.
And in the last maybe 6-7 months, we've just forgotten we have Declan Rice. He's just one of the
It
players.
feels normal now.
And I think it's because he's playing at left 8, which is not his best position. The minute you put him back at 6, he becomes a monster. Like, he destroys games. And it makes you realise that we really need to get Moreno, Odegaard and Rice in the same team.
Yeah.
So that we can actually see Rice in his right position, Odegaard in his right position, and Moreno.
That could be wild.
We've only seen that game where Rice was in his right position. Moreno hasn't played in his right position yet. And then we haven't seen Odegaard with either of them. So
I love that midfield, by the way. If we're being positively, then those three, I can't wait.
I look forward to the day where we have Raya, Timber, White, Saliba, Gabriel, even if it's Calafiori, one of them. Look, Timber, White, or Calafiori, any two of them, with Saliba and Gabriel. And then Rice, Moreno, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, Havertz. The day that team walks out on a hot 3 o'clocker.
Probably the first game of next season.
It'll never happen because we'll sell one of those players and they'll never get fit.
What a team, by the way.
Yeah, that 11 I really like. But the problem I have with it is the only player in that back 5 that you're like, ooh, is the other one of Calafiori, Timber and Ben White. You go, whoever doesn't play, let's say it's Calafiori, you're like, oh, he should come on in the second half. Which is nice because you really want a back 4. You don't want, when you look at Man City, they have a lot of players, but they probably have their main idea of Stones, Diaz,
you don't muck about
Akanji, and Ake.
Yeah, don't muck about.
But when Lewis plays, they're like, I like Rico Lewis.
Yeah.
But you're not quite as...
No.
Oh, Guardiola, sorry. And we've got that now, where our Guardiola is Calafiori.
Yeah.
And Lewis is Lewis Skelly.
Yeah.
So we kind of got that kind of... There's a group of them. Tomiyasu even.
Yeah.
Zinchenko as well, even at a push. But there's also Kivior.
I'd love to see Tomiyasu back.
But in the midfield, I think it's nice because the backup to Rice and Moreno is Jorginho and Partey. Because Rice starts at the 6. If Moreno has to go off, you push Rice up and you play Jorginho and Partey.
That's some massive players in backup there.
Yeah, and then Saka, Havertz and Martinelli, Trossard is the backup and Jesus.
Yeah.
So it's a little light as you go up the field. That's where you do need that killer striker and maybe... Ethan and Wary, by the end of this year, we need to have him where we wouldn't be nervous of him starting. Like, before Smith Rowe left.
Yeah.
If he played instead of Odegaard, we'd be like, it's a shame Odegaard's not playing, but you'd be still just excited to see it. You'd be fine with the quality.
Yeah.
I think at the minute we're not quite ready for it in where we are, but they're not, obviously. By the end of the season, next year, that needs to be we don't need to buy another 10 to be back up to Odegaard. We just need to accept that Nweri is that guy.
Yeah.
And Moreno and Rice. And if it's Jorginho's moved on, there's another midfielder and they're packing another one. And the defence, I don't think you need to buy anyone. You just need to probably sell one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's
get rid of one of them. Bring someone in up here. That's
I think if you sold Zinchenko, got rid of Sterling, and Jorginho left, those three, but you brought in a midfielder, an attacker, and a winger. That's all you'd need.
Nice.
You wouldn't need another defender, I don't think. But
what a spot to be in.
yeah, it is. But no, as far as all that goes, we've got Preston tonight.
Ooh.
I really would like to get to the quarterfinals of the Carabao. The one thing under Arteta the last couple of years is he's really not had a proper cup run.
Yeah.
A domestic cup run.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we try to, especially when you look at City, you've got Spurs, and some of these teams have had harder ties.
Yeah.
The fact that we've got Preston, I feel like we should capitalise on that and try and, because all it takes is you win this one and then you do get maybe a Brentford at home that is more winnable.
Yeah.
And you're in a semi-final and then it's all to play for.
I'd love a Wembley this season.
Yeah, exactly. And we haven't won a League Cup since '93.
Yeah.
So it's a long old wait, and it's something Wenger never did.
No.
Because he was the originator of just don't play real teams.
He created that, yeah.
Yeah, he's the problem.
Schoolboy Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, but no, I'm hoping for that. It's away from home. I do think there is a massive opportunity for a slip up. I do think of Sheffield Wednesday away in the cup a couple when Wenger's last year.
Yeah.
And there's a couple like that you think. Was it Arteta going to Forest in the of the Championship with the white kit?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So let's just.
I was wondering where that was.
It's over here. That's kind of where we're at with that. But what we're about to do now is we're going to go into the second half of the show, which is Premier League predictions. I can tell you that last week, Simon got 6 again. He's got 6 every week. I also got 6.
Woo!
And you got 4.
What is happening?
And it was weird because you followed me a little bit last week purposely to kind of like not fall off anymore.
I think I skewed it off a little bit to hopefully get some points.
Yeah. So that puts now Simon at the top with 46. I'm second with 42 and you're 38. So you're 8 behind Simon. That's not...
It's not ideal.
It's not ideal, but I mean, it was very early days.
Yeah.
So we got 10 games on the card ahead of us. And Jason just reminded me of the final against Birmingham. That's very true. That was in the League Cup under Wenger. I watched the highlights of that the other day. It was on TV and I just happened to watch it. And that was like 90th minute when we actually conceded. I thought it was like 70 odd. It was rough. And they pie-faced Koscielny down to the ground after he made the mistake. And I was like, in today's game, that would have been VAR'd and he would have been suspended.
Koscielny hasn't played football since.
Well, some say. The first game is Newcastle versus Arsenal.
Tasty. Saturday afternoon. I'm looking forward to getting to this.
I'm glad this isn't 5:30 so the Geordies aren't drinking all day.
Yeah.
And with the big atmosphere.
Yeah.
There will be morning drinking. But I think of Newcastle away very negatively for last year, which was at the 5:30 on a Saturday. The year before, if you remember, we won a very undeserved 2-0.
Yep.
And Odegaard scored a nice long ranger. That was at 12:30.
Yeah.
So,
we famously don't get up for 12:30s though. Like that,
Pires didn't. I don't know if Arsenal
just taking that from the Pires book.
I think it's just Pires didn't.
That was in the 90s.
So I'm in the chat on Gunners Rust on TikTok. Let us know what you think the scores are going to be. The first one is Newcastle Arsenal.
Ooh.
We always go Arsenal, don't we? So
yeah.
And again, if you think that's brazen, it's not necessarily brazen. It's
the law of attraction.
Yeah, we just do it and hoping for the best. Am I putting you down for that?
Yeah.
Okay. So
2-1.
It's going to be tough. We've got Jason in the chat saying 2-0 Arsenal. We've got no one saying 3-2 to Newcastle. Ed Hall says, who are we playing? I think it's going to be a horrific game. They've just come off a loss to Chelsea. I don't like Newcastle away. I think we have energy about us that makes them get more up for it.
Yeah. They like to bully us.
Yeah, and that's what we kind of can't allow. And again, we've gone away to City and we've gone away to Spurs, we've gone away to Villa, and we've got a result. I want us to play how we did against Villa that day, which was open to a point where we felt we were better.
Yeah.
I don't want us to go... Saying that, we went to City and we attacked. But I don't want us to do what we did against Spurs, which was sit back for a whole game and win on a set piece.
I don't want to see that at all.
Again, I'll take it right now. If you could fast forward to 3 o'clock on Saturday, we've won 1-0 from a header, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm right with that.
But I would like to see us go give them kind of something because, I mean, defensively, they're a little bit shaky.
Yeah.
The next game is Bournemouth versus Man City at 3 o'clock. I'm actually going to go draw.
Yeah.
I think City are certainly on their way to a loss.
They're struggling.
They're not playing correct.
No.
But they've, like we said, Haaland, they have enough quality that is getting them out of binds. But for me, I think something's coming. I think Bournemouth are decent. They drew against Villa. They beat us. Ed Hall says 2 on Martinelli and Saka. Isaac scores the other. That's nice. Jason says Bournemouth 7-0. That'd be good and become a gifter badge. Number 1 gifter badge. I appreciate you, Jason. Yeah, I'm going with that. I think City are kind of looking for a slight dip.
They're not in the right place.
But that's what's annoying is they're not in the right place and they're just 9 points from 9.
I'm going to go Bournemouth.
It's aggressive. All right.
Why not?
All right. You can only live in hope. That's right, Jason. The next game is Ipswich-Leicester. Another big game.
That's fun.
Leicester lost at home to Forest.
Yep.
After beating Southampton in a big kind of bottom of the table derby. Not the Forest one, obviously. Forest are 5th and doing extremely well. Ipswich, I don't think Ipswich looked bad in any way. They came back from behind against... they were ahead against Brentford, went behind, got back into the game, and then lost in the end.
Very unlucky.
They're very unlucky. I think Leicester are maybe the best of the bunch, which I didn't expect at the start of the season. Shout out Ed Hall for becoming number 3 gifter badge. I'm going to go Ipswich.
Okay.
Because I think they're due a big kind of bottom of the table win.
Something's telling me Ipswich are going to get this, but I'm going to play the league. I'll go Leicester.
Good.
Yeah.
The next game, I think it's comfortable for win for City, but it's tight. Score 2-0.
Yeah, like the Southampton one, really. Like, it was tight, but odd.
The next game is Liverpool-Brighton.
Ooh.
We've got fruit jumping all over the screen there.
That's good.
Liverpool-Brighton is an interesting one. Liverpool, I really felt Liverpool aren't as good as the league says at the minute. The fixture list was very kind.
Yeah.
I don't think there's easy games, as Arnie Slot said. I think the way he dealt with that question was good. He said the journalists that say you've had an easy fixture list are the same people that said that there's no easy games in the Premier League to me when I joined.
Yeah.
So he said you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
And I think he's right. And you can only play what's in front of you. If we had their fixture list, I'd be really happy.
Yeah.
And
it all comes back around.
It all comes back around. But Brighton are in a really good run of form. Welbeck had that injury but came back. Brighton have caused Liverpool issues there. I'm going to go for a draw.
Okay.
I don't think Liverpool are playing their best at the minute.
No.
Ed Hall has gone 3-1 Brighton lead, but don't pull through. Liverpool win. Oh, wow.
My heart is telling me Brighton, but I'm going to go Liverpool.
Okay.
I'm trying to play the league here. I've got to play catch up a little bit.
Okay.
My bet responsibly, may not match what I'm saying here.
Yeah. Arsenal are better than City and Liverpool combined 11 from Mathmonic.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. And no one says, what's your soul telling you?
My soul, that is a good question. No one's ever asked me how my soul is feeling in this situation. My soul is telling me draw.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with my head.
I like that. Forest West Ham next. I think West Ham Super 11 are awful. They got a very helpful penalty in that game. But I mean, Man United missed 30 chances. Forest are very good. Forest are winning this.
Yeah.
Because if West Ham play the way they've been playing, they're going to concede a lot of chances. And that's going to be a real problem for West Ham.
I'm going to go Forest as well. I like Nottingham Forest. I like them a lot.
Chris Wood, top goal scorer behind Haaland.
Yeah.
We got Saints versus Everton.
Okay. That is so... That's odd. Like, I mean, Everton have been quite unlucky at times with how they've been playing so far. They should have got more points. I'm going to say Everton. I think they're just better than Saints. Saints have shown a little bit, but not enough. And if they've got... I hate to say it, but whilst Aaron is in their goal... Everton are winning this.
I know, it's a shame, isn't it? The fall off he's had. Ed Hall says 1-0 Everton. I'm going to go.
I just want to say quickly, I love Aaron Ramsdale, but for whatever reason,
it could also be the defence he's playing behind.
Yeah,
like, you know,
it's
I
a
don't
struggle.
think. I think if you put Alisson in Southampton's team, I think he concedes a lot.
Yeah.
Southampton have beaten Everton this season. I'm going with Saints. I think it'll be a 1-0 win. I think Saints have been a little bit unlucky in the sense that they've been in every game they're in, except for a couple. They were very good against Arsenal. They were very good against Man City. They were good against Leicester, but they completely capitulated at the end to cost themselves.
Yeah.
I think at some point it's going to, the worm will turn. Next game is Wolves versus Palace. I believe this is the 5:30 game. Wolves very unlucky with their fixture list. This is kind of the first game out of a horrific start.
Yeah.
So you'd like to think Wolves are going to show something.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Wolves early doors here. Because I think they're due it. And no one in the TikTok is sending in a million gifts here. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
That's because of all the soul talk, I know.
And good morning, Yeti. Ed Hall says draw. Eze.
I hope for Wolves' sake they get the win here. Because I feel terrible for Wolves.
I think they played really well. They've had some bad decisions. They've had a horrible fixture list. So who are you going with?
I'll go Wolves.
Okay.
I think Palace might win, but I can't.
Palace beat Spurs this week, which you kind of would expect at Selhurst Park.
Yeah.
But with the way in which Palace have been playing, they've been really poor. They've not got any form. The next one is Spurs Villa. This is a big one. I think this screams Villa win all day. I think Spurs are so bad, and I love it.
I'm going to go Villa. Okay. I can't ever go Spurs in these situations. It's the same with the Arsenal. I have to go Arsenal. I have to go not Spurs.
Yeah, I agree. You missed out on points last week because you went Spurs Palace draw.
Oh no!
You went against them.
I put some eggs in Spurs' basket.
You got Ruud van Nistelrooy's Man United versus Chelsea, who are now 1 point behind Arsenal. Chelsea
look very good. Their potential FC have come.
To give you an idea, they could beat Man United and Arsenal this week.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Yeah.
And Arsenal could draw against Newcastle and lose against Chelsea because they beat them. And Chelsea could be 3 or 4 points ahead of Arsenal. So for a team that everyone was saying who's do you reckon's going to be better this year, Chelsea and Man United, one has shown who the better one might be because the other one's lost their manager.
I wish we hadn't bigged up their potential so much.
Yeah, again, Chelsea fans are not happy because obviously a new manager bounce is not ideal.
And it's big rude as well.
But it's not a new manager bounce, is it? It's a... And also, they've signed a new manager. Yeah. The Sporting Lisbon manager. Is
he going to have some words before the game?
See, this is... I don't know unless... It says with immediate effect, so I don't know if he might be in charge by that game.
Could be, yeah.
Because I thought they would kind of do it for the international break. So let Ruud... Because they've got 4 home games. Man United have... I think it's like Leicester tonight. Or something like this. Then they have Chelsea at the weekend. Then they have Europa Cup at home.
Yeah.
Then they have Leicester in the league again at home. So they have Leicester twice in a week.
They've been Big Van Nys, get them to the...
The 4 games at home, doesn't have to leave.
Yeah.
That made sense, but I don't know. He might be in charge by the weekend.
I think...
Ed Hall was asked, are we playing in the Carabao? We're in against Preston tonight. Appreciate that, Victoria.
I'm going to go Chelsea.
Okay.
I think it won't matter. I think Chelsea will just win. Man United have got a lot of work to do, regardless of who's managing them. It's
interesting because that 4 o'clock spot with Man United on a Sunday has become not a toxic spot, but a very talking point spot because at the end of it, you don't know if they're going to be sat there with bloody Keane and Neville and they're going, it's a mess. The new manager's got a real mess on his hands.
Yeah, he has.
Or they're talking about, look, they showed the potential they have with the right tactics. You don't know what the agenda is going to be right now.
No.
But it could be so toxic by Sunday at 6 o'clock. I've gone draw. Just why not? And the last game is Fulham-Brentford. Fulham lost out on a couple of points there late with a Beto equaliser for Everton this week.
Okay.
But Fulham generally have been quite good. They've had a slight dip, obviously, because of the City game. They drew. They lost to City. They drew with Everton. But they're still looking good. They're still in that top kind of 8.
That's a tasty West London derby there.
And Brentford came through. They've got Wissa back now. Him and Mbuemo were linking up enough this past week. In the chat from Ed Hall, we've got Brentford are on fire at the moment. Good game, 3-2.
It is a good game. I'm looking forward to that. Monday night.
I think it might be Monday night game.
Under the lights. At the cottage.
I'm going to go draw.
That's fair. I'm going to go Fulham.
Okay.
I think Brentford look good, but I think Fulham are stronger. Well, there it is.
And that's your games for this coming week in the Premier League. The kind of overriding feeling I've got at the minute is just get through to this international. Because so much is going to... I think so much is we can actually look at the Premier League at that, and that's what we'll do here on the podcast. Is I think when we get to that international break, we'll have that down week where, believe it or not, including the start of the season, this is our 4th kind of interlull episode coming up. Like where we have to kind of just find
so
stuff.
many.
It's so many considering it's like early November by the time it happens. Like, anyway, I think we can have a good look because I've been saying, due to like our fixture list, I didn't know about the suspensions and injuries were going to happen. When you look at Wolves' fixture list, Liverpool's helpful fixture list, all these things. By the time we get to the international break, everyone would have played, I think, 13 games. Something like that. Liverpool would have had, they've got a run coming up this week. Which is a lot harder in the next couple of weeks here.
Everything could turn a little bit from this point on.
Yeah, and I think Christmas is the real indicator of who's good and who's bad. Who's in a title race, who isn't. But I think the first real you can take them seriously indicators are going to be this international break. Because like I said, in 2 weeks' time, by the time we get to international break, Arsenal could win 2 very big away games and be top of the league. Or, because of other results, we could be second, a point or 2 behind City, and everyone goes, wow, what a title race this is going to be. Or we could be 8 or 9 points off the lead. And people are saying top 4 is the indicator. But again,
at least we could focus on the cups, though.
Yeah, and also the last few times Arsenal won the league, we were 3rd at Christmas. This time last year, I think we were 6 points behind City at Christmas. So as long as we don't fall off too far. Again, last year it took a purple patch year between mid-Jan and March, end of March, where we just scored. We won every 3 days and scored 7 goals, I swear. We can't rely on something like that happening because it's very unlikely. But the way the fixture list has played out, and I wanted to bring this up on the podcast, we talked about it. If you said to an Arsenal fan, name the 10 games you're least excited about, or not excited about, but the ones you think you would lose the most, you would go City home and away. You would go Liverpool home and away. You go Tottenham away. Man United away. Chelsea away. Newcastle away. Villa away. And then you'd just basically say any South Coast team. Because we lose away at Brighton or Southampton or Bournemouth, whatever. That's the 10 games, I'd say. In that, we've played 10 games now. We've played Villa away, Man City away, Tottenham away. We would have played, by the end of this run, Chelsea away, Newcastle away, home to our South Coast team, away to Bournemouth, which we lost, and I can't remember the other one, but I think it's getting close to having played.
Not just that, in the past we've had issues with
Liverpool at home,
and we've also had the issues with the likes of Leicester and Wolves. They've been bogey teams for us.
Yeah, and that's, again, at some point you got to look at it and be like, well, what team isn't a bogey team? Because we remember one game that we lost or something. But if you include that Liverpool one, by the time we get to the international, let's say it's 12 games. 7 of the 12 games are 7 of the 10 we would least like to play. You'd assume that's going to be spread out over a whole season. We're not even a third of the way through, and we've played 3/4 of the games we don't want to play. So all we have left is, of the horrible ones, is City at home, Liverpool away, and Man United away. And I mean, it's give or take whether we think Man United away is bad. It's just last year we won there, but that was the first time we'd won there in 13 years. So it's more history based than the quality of where they are in the league. Because, Brentford away might be harder than Man United away at the minute. I don't know. Fulham away is a hard one that we're going to have to play. So but I mean, there's a clear few of those 10. Like, let's say it was 9 games we can guarantee are the worst. We played 7 of the 9. And that's good. But so, like I said, in 2 weeks, we could be going, we played 7 of the 9 and we're second in the league. We could also be saying we played 7 of the 9, but we're 6th. And that's also fine, because I really think City will have a couple games that are going to go wrong. Chelsea will have games that go wrong. Villa with Champions League are going to go wrong. By Christmas time, I can't imagine we're not going to be at least 5 points off the lead. If we're 5 points off the lead in touching distance, it's a title race. I do think so. So I'm not overly worried. We just got to get out of this sticky period, and I think any bonus points we can get is a massive, massive gain for us. So 2 wins out of 2, ideal. If we could... I don't really want to lose, but if we could draw and win one, I'd be just as happy.
As long as there's points.
Just 2 points from 3 from those two is not ideal.
Yeah.
Because that's what I could see. And again, this time last year, these 2 games gave us a draw and a loss. And the draw was a last-minute equaliser from Trossard. We were 2-0 down against Chelsea. So it doesn't look good, but let's just see. And first of all, let's just get to a quarter-final and get through Preston. Go every 3 days. Let's just reset. But we'll be back next week with Gunners R Us on iTunes and Spotify and on TikTok at 10 a.m. GMT on Gunners R Us podcast. Every single week we get in there. And I appreciate you all in there today. I remember Ed, Victoria, Cordia Crescent, Sophie was in there, Jason, the one I can't remember was De Niro.
Oh, yeah. De Niro.
Yeah, you guys have been fantastic in the chat.
And all the trolls have left.
And the trolls have left now, I think. And no one, obviously, who we do know.
Always.
North London Forever from Jason. I appreciate that. Nice live. Thank you very much. The podcast will be available to download in about an hour's time on iTunes and Spotify if people didn't hear it all, if you want to let other people know. By next week, I think we would have played at Newcastle. And I've got a feeling we'll be getting ready to play Inter that night. I think it's next Wednesday.
Not next Tuesday.
Don't think so. I think we have a nice break. I think it's been nice to us as in it's Wednesday, Saturday, but then next week is the big one. I'm fairly sure it's Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, which is the best case scenario.
That's a big gap.
Yeah, as opposed to it was nearly Sunday, Tuesday, Saturday, which would have been closed into 5 days. So we're good on that. So, that's a positive. But we'll be back next week. Get ready for San Siro.
Whoa.
And for Chelsea, and then get ready for an interlull. Believe it or not, next week's episode will be going into an interlull.
Well, let's hope the interlull...
Well, nearly.
Let's hope the interlull is referring to Milan.
Well, let's just hope so. But we will be back next week. Until then, enjoy your football. Bye-bye.
Bye.